see, won't you give it? It's mine in time. It's mine in time. I know that's the way it goes. It's mine in time. It's mine in time. I know that's the way it goes.
Let that thing roll back. What up, Walt? Happy birthday, bro. Hell. It's one of them tracks that we listened to, got me through some time. So it's mine in time.
The feel that I feel when I'm gripping the wheel. Easy to chill, but I kill it at will. Something obnoxious to put in your face. Feel like I'm left with a moment of grace. Keeping my pace, stay in my lane. Hit you with bliss like an oncoming train. Stomach and knots, feed me your brain. Stimulate mental, the key to my game. The shit that I'm keeping at hip. Bitches the pin of the one. Something that's similar to slum. Graceful as swans. Tasteful and make a good song. The devilly one. God, I've been lost in these bonds. Give me a year. A freshman, I'm guessing I'm best in my peers. Out of my class. Cup runneth over. Spit out my glass. Bitches the truth. Say that I want. Say what I want. Yours come out of your ass. Talk too much shit. You won't surpass. This moment I'm holding. I'm choking and hope it don't pass. God, was I crass? Give me the drive. Give me more lives. Give me supplies. See through their lies. Make me more wise. Give me direction. I hope I don't crash. It's mine in time. It's mine in time. I know that's the way it goes. It's mine in time. It's mine in time. I know that's the way it goes. It's mine in time. I know. It's mine in time. This mic and a little bit of daft, and I draft a little bit of craft, and I'm cool with a little bit I have and a little bit I got. I can give to you in pass, I do declare. Give them the vapors before we put heat on the wax, keep it tight on the papers. Lace up the track with the dust of an angel. The stars have aligned as I drive at an angle. Won't let go of it all till it's mangled. Strangle and dangle it all by the ankle. Let go, hell no, work until I'm spangled. Anxious, lead me through the worst and keep me tranquil. Engine number 9, puff the cloud that I'm flying on. You can see me glide, that's the sound that I'm riding on. Microphone check, it ain't good for me to rhyme it on. Still on the left, tight to death, need no flex. Nah, these are the words that were given to me. It's all been absorbed, can you get into me? It's all for the war when they get into me. With this intimacy, won't you give in to me? It's mine in time. It's mine in time. I know that's the way it goes. It's mine in time. It's mine in time. I know that's the way it goes.
That's the big homie, Walter Terrell, man. Like, or Terrell. Like, that's one of the tracks, like, I'm telling you, man. Like, I am
Snap your W2.
very grateful for those that I've met, especially on this the journey of music as well. There's be all types of talent, all types of energy, folk that reflect back to me. And even now in this age, it's fine in time. It's mine in time. I know that's the way it goes. It's mine in time. Wait, harmonize that motherfucker too. And just to know that within within that creation that we have, and we decide to share that. Like it takes courage to share your innermost thoughts, your innermost creativity, you know, and we share that with others. And 8, 10 years later, you know, its words have upgraded for me over the years. You know, patience, planning during your patience, connecting with my spirit guides that's on my path, connecting with my ancestors that's on my path, staying aware and keeping notes of the sounds and symbols throughout the day. Meditation, visualization techniques, practices, you know, going back, reviewing your day, going through your folders, going through my own folders. So it's mine in time. I remember I would just play this over and over and over and over and over, especially if I was at work. You know, you just play it over and over. Like it's so refreshing. Like it, even back then, it was very refreshing to know those who have this creative spirit within music, and then I knew them. Not only did I knew of them. Words have power. So allow us to get into some breathing. Let's see, we'll take that down. Let's add. We're going to add. We're going to put some pink noise in there too. So I got the pink noise with some brown noise in the back as well. And we are going to go into our mudra, Durga Mudra, thumb, in between, corner, middle, air, Akasha, whichever click you claim. Just like that. Put that thumb down in there. On the inhale, you can squeeze, hold, and release on the exhale, which on your exhale is the Durga chant. So that's what Om Doom DURGAYE NAMAHA. Right. So we'll do do roughly 5 minutes on listening to the chant, um, having that chant in our mind, saying it out loud. And then we will say it ourselves without the chant, the audio chant. And then we'll go roughly 5 more minutes on nothing but the pink and brown sound, brown noises going on, and we'll be silently, mentally saying the chant. So we'll have our 6363 breathing on the beginning and end with our ohms, as well as when we are saying the chant, and also when we have the chant in our minds. If you've seen the first video, then you know that the audio chant on YouTube is a little bit quicker. Doesn't allow much for that 6363. So those are going to be quick breaths within there. You'll catch on with that. Please believe you will. We're gonna play it so you can hear it. Um, these tones, these chants, tapping into our innerness, our inner codes, man. Like the Durga energy is within you. Of course, we went through Encyclopedia of Ancient Spirits. Get the some information you can write down, sigil out, apply and activate within, as well as during your meditation with that Durga as well. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, Durga Chant, where you at? Where you at?
If you want your taxes done.
Mm-hmm. All right, so where we at? Let's do 45. We'll do it right here. Yeah, so enjoy feeling the breath out through your body, the sensations within your body, certain chakra points, whether it be at your root, down at the base of your spine, around your genitalia, the privates and publics, your sacral, which is right below, your belly button, your solar plexus, which is right above the belly button, in between that breastbone, this area here. Then you have your heart chakra area, your chest. Then we have our throat chakra area, third, first eye area, crown. Then up top, of course, you have source, and extended below your feet, you have Gaia. You have seat sounds for each one as well, which we have previous videos and linked videos with reference videos. You can practice those, tuning yourself to those sounds. Just bringing your awareness, man. We don't have to react to everything. It's true. It's true. It's like a player, like being frustrated a lot with a lot of things, and just understanding where your frustrations come from, what those triggers are, and just knowing those triggers were downloading and given to you way back when. Use a lot of them for defense purposes, defense mechanisms, survival, but we're not in survival mode anymore. And this is what the breath, these breathing practices, conscious breathing. That's what these activate within you, your own power. So let's get to it. Before we get into our ohms, let's go ahead and take a listen to the speed and flow of it. So the chant will be around 12 seconds, 11 to 12 seconds. So your exhale is going to be 11 to 12 seconds. If you need to, break it up. It's okay. Om Doom Durgaye Namaha. So Work it up, work it up. Put that breath in there. As we um, go into more, that hold is going to really, really activate for you, you know, because we're used to breathing quickly in through the chest with the mouth. Here we're going in through our nose. In through our nose, out through our nose as well. So yeah, 12 seconds on that exhale for the chant, and about 3 seconds between the end of the chant and the beginning of the chant. So that's where you want to put that breath in. Om Dum Durgaye NAMAHA. Om. Somewhere around there. So do that for 5. Then it just be your voice, my voice, 5. Then we'll go silent for 5. Then we'll end with our owns. Our eyes are going to be closed and crossed. Uh, for your visualizations, let's get in. I won't even go through the share screen. Envision yourself with the energy of Durga, which is you, mounting a lion or a tiger, um, an amulet, going into a forest. I love forests. Well, you can envision the number 9 as well. Flowers, fruit, mangoes, sweets and incense. She usually has about 18 arms. So, yeah. Durga is the spirit of fertility and protection. That's what you have within you. What are we here to do? Here to remove physical, mental, and spiritual pain and misery. We are here to laugh in the face of evil spirits, and they want to flee. Mm-hmm. 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 So at this moment, you can go ahead and pause this video, set your protections, call in your ancestors, um, call in your spirit guides that are here on your path with your meditations. Do your qigong, stretch, do whatever you do, and then push play and come on back. Uh, this is the moment where you remind yourselves, I remind myself to clear and tune up with my higher self before getting into any practices of anyone else. So remind yourself to do that before clicking on anyone's video, including mine as well. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm releasing energy as well. I got words coming out of my mouth. I have an ego as well. So, hey. Clear your shit before you goddamn be doing this shit now. You know what I'm saying? Durga might be a energy that you've already been through, and you might need to go through college. So, ain't no thing. Do what you do. Whatever resonates, resonates. So, let's get on to these ohms. I realized I was not sharing my screen, so we're pretty much just looking at ourselves, aren't we? Yeah. I want to do a share screen. So this is what it looks like on YouTube. So you can go like that, subscribe here. Yeah, just go on YouTube and get these. And of course, we got the MooRRooM library, so you can get that science in there with them books as well. Line up with your own energy. Now let's get these 3 ohms in. So we shall begin. We're releasing all low vibrational thought forms. Activating our Holy Spirit within. Tuning to the Durga energy that aligns within us. As we tune our own awareness to the God Goddess energy within, the masculine and feminine principles. So whenever we go play our roles out here in this world, we are observing our triggers, transmuting that judgment energy on the fly, like goddamn hockey or something. Yeah. Deep exhale. Inhale. Om. Om. Allow your breathing to activate as it flows throughout your body. This is your healing energy. Let's get into the goddamn Durga Mantra. So whether you're being of good use out in the world, or you gotta go kick some ass, or maybe that's both. Anyway, enjoy yourself. Feel your shit. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and press play, and let's go ahead and get it. So whenever you're doing this on your own, which 2-3 times a day, it's only good to do. Because the more you do, the more spirit is covering you. The more spirit is activating protection for you. The more spirit is activating that creativity, that youthful creativity, that creativity without judgment, that creativity without fear. Those dreams are more vivid. Those visualization practices, they're quicker. You're quicker to your meditation. You're quicker to that zone. You're quicker to your more efficient with your altered states of consciousness. These are just some of the practices. You know, breath holding, breath retention, being conscious about the breath into the nose, out to the nose, expanding the belly, deflating the belly, your bottom locks up top, thumb behind the teeth. On the inhale, pulling up on the anal muscles as well. So you got the as above, so below. We're keeping that energy, not losing any of our energy. So I'll be talking like a motherfucker. I know. I'll be talking. Golly. Sometimes I just gotta push play and just I'll be yip yapping, man. I'll be goddamn yip yapping. I know it. I know I do. So join us. All right. In between. Have this in your lap as we're doing our mantra. Just one last time. We'll do it with the audio. Be a little quicker on this one. So about 12 seconds on the exhale for the mantra chant. If you need to break that up, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. You need to just listen for about a minute and then jump in. Let it be. Come on, man. This ain't no goddamn. Don't hold yourself to goddamn standards that aren't standardized. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold yourself to shit that's not there. So, in about 3 seconds on that, in between the mantra end at the beginning. So, make that breath in there a full breath. About 2-3 seconds there. And whenever we're doing our chant without the audio, that's going to go for 6-3-6-3. So it's going to be a, 6-3-6. Inhale for the 6, hold for 3. Exhale is going to be, that chant's going to be about 8, 9, 10 seconds. So it's okay. Then we'll go to 3. But on the silent, we'll do the 6-3-6-3 breath. And you can mouth it if you need to. All right. Done talking. Let's do this talking. Hey, happy programming. Come on in. Feel the sensations in your body. We're now going to move into our awareness in our own sound. As we say, Om Doom Durgaye Namaha. Then we'll hold for 3 seconds. Inhale for 6. Hold for 3. Say the chant again. Deep exhale. Eyes closed and crossed. Inhale. Om Doom Durgaye Namaha. 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 Durga Om Doom Durga Namaha. Om Doom Durga Namaha. Om Doom Durga Om Doom Durga Om Doom Durga Namaha. DURGAYE NAMAHA. Om DURGAYE NAMAHA. Last one. Om DURGAYE NAMAHA. Smile. That Durga is activating within you. Enjoy that shit. So now we're going to move into our last portion, our last progression of this meditation. We're going to be saying the Durga Chant, Om DURGAYE NAMAHA. In our mind, mentally, you can write it on your mental whiteboard, blackboard, chalkboard, type it out however you need to. As well as the 6-3-6-3 chronic breath. So in through the nose for 6 seconds, inhale for 6, hold for 3, exhale for 6, hold for 3. We'll do that for about, for these last 5 minutes. Let's roll it back. So I have about 5 minutes to get that in with our 3 ohms and our gratitude during our ohms. So, and eyes closed and crossed. Durga Mudra still intact, still applied, still activating. Burps, farts, all wonderful. If you're in a dark room, enjoy it, especially when you're doing this practice alone. Black it out. Enjoy your darkness. Deep exhale. Let's begin. Inhale. Last one. Feel the sensations in your body. Feel your connection with your source. Your connection with your ancient ancestors in the now. Your spirit guides in the now. Your higher self in the now. Your Durga energy in the now. Shit, heal your goddamn shoulder. Heal your kidney stones. Heal your heart. Heal your pancreas. Your liver. Your gallbladder. Your intestines. Your feet. That bad knee. You know? Heal it up. Let's heal it up. Let's heal it up. Let's heal it up. Let's heal it up. Now let's move into our 3 ohms. Then we'll jump into just anything that's going on. You are high on your own supply. Enjoy. Write it down. Tell yourself how much you enjoy, you love this feeling. And you activate this feeling at any time. No more make me. No more somebody else gotta do it. Somebody else gotta make me. Somebody else gotta get me off. Talk about some masturbation. Shit. Get your own self off. Get your own self. OWN. So, ohms. Deep exhale. With Om in mind, our gratitude for our Durga Chant. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Go ahead, smile, shit. Now, at this moment, if you are going into a meditation, go on the scry, go to the forest, go to your tree, you know, go into your reading, go into your runes, your tarot, you know, your visualization practice, go, 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 go. And for those going back to work, going back to the kids, going back to the parents, going back out into the world, ground yourself in brown energy at this moment. There's brown and pink noise in the background, so ground yourself. Ground yourself with a tree. This Durga energy is grounding earth. Ground yourself. You don't want to be so goddamn high that you don't want to come down. You know what I'm saying? So ground yourself. Brown leaves, chocolate, earth, dirt, saying. Hmm. So it is. All right, so I feel this is a pretty lengthy video. We did some talking. Let's turn the brown down just a bit. Oh. Yeah, we go for all colors. Brown, blue, the tone of blue, the tone of color, color healing. Magical East, Magical West. That's in basic sigil magic. Anything to discuss? Gratitude for these healing exercises, practices, the information that we have. It's clear space so we can be here sharing information, sharing practices as well. So, encyclopedia. Once again, and we have another one. But as I spoke before, MooRRooM library. So, MooRRooM library. MooRRooM library 2. Shared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hey, 16 people. That's dope. I remember when it was just one. Yeah. So we got a lot of books up in there. Lots of. I mean, we got ancient books. We got information, like information everywhere. Anything that you know, what you're looking for. Things that you're seeking for your spiritual path. What I've been seeking, and I feel whatever I'm seeking, I can share with others, even if I haven't read it yet. You know what I'm saying? You still get into it. So let's go breath. Like what kind of information we can get here? That library list. What is this? This one is, I think, 30 scripts for relaxation, imagery, and inner healing, volume 1, because we have volume 2. We have the hard copy. This one, come and relax. Type of guided meditations. 30 scripts for relaxation. Relaxing while sitting in a chair. Breathing for relaxation. 1 to 10. Give you a brief description. In this brief script, participants lie on their backs and tense their muscles as they count from 1 to 10. Then release the tension as they count back to 1. 5 minutes. So, which is dope because we've had it, you tense your arms for 5 seconds, all the way up to your shoulders, and then you release. And then, you do all parts of your body. And, that's those practices a couple times a week is dope. Tuning yourself to your own body. What are you feeling? And you're causing the shock. I'm causing the shock to my own self. Therefore, these triggers out here in the world, when they arise, I know I've triggered myself before. I'm ready for this. I'm okay with Patrick Beverly guarding me. That's that, like, for me, that's the name of the game so far. It's like, I want to be cool. Like, I want to look down and be like, oh shit, Shane Battier's guarding me today. Ooh, okay, we got Shane Battier coming up. Okay. You know? And sometimes it's like, hey, in 2 months, you're gonna have a string of them. One night's gonna be this opponent. Another night it's gonna be this opponent. Another night, it's not just gonna be one. It's gonna be a couple of them. They're gonna be switching and throwing all different types of looks at you. So, what's the best way to be a defense is to improve your offensive game. Sharpen your tools. So these are sharpening our tools. Healing, integrating the mind, body, emotions, and spirit opens up vast inner resources of intuition, wisdom, and personal power. The guided meditations in this section focus on the mind to heal the body and emotions and to bring thoughts, words, actions, and feelings into harmony and alignment. And one thing for myself was not discounting things. Like fuck the weed. I had listened to so many podcasts of a certain had certain themes, that low vibration energy, that argumentative, that distrust. So you get off on, I would get off on arguing certain points just to win, just winning arguments. So I was like, for me, is healing my body and emotions to bring my thoughts, words, and actions and feelings into harmony and alignment. Like healing yourself in the universe, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, sun meditation. Like, come on, man. They all in here. Personal growth, connecting with those far away, addiction to wellness. Child, flower. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, so that's not the actual book. Well, we do have the other one, so what I should do is just take pictures of it and scan it on here. Alchemy in 9 dimensions, History of the 7, pranayama, breathing exercises, meditation for beginners, breath work. We're doing both of these. Richie Bostock. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, a lot of these things are just for calming yourself and whatnot, but remember, you're tapping into things that you didn't know before, which is great. So many times we're tapping into things that we already know That is the masturbation of information, where you're getting off on yourself. Instead of getting high on your own supply, we're getting off on ourselves. We're just busting nuts on ourselves. You know, we keep going back to the same thing over and over because we know something about it. And we feel good about that. We could stand on it and we'd be like, I know so much about this. And it's like, how much shit do you not know? How much shit did you learn this week that you didn't know? And it's like, and not because you were surprised, because you went out and were seeking some I don't know shit, some unknown about yourself. Like, what kind of breather are you? I didn't know until we took some of these tests. Breath holding and the science of how our traumas affect how we breathe, frustration, emotions that we hold in our lungs, kidneys, pancreas, spine, root, elbows, fingers, you know. So, what is 33? Let's see what this is. 33 guided visualization scripts to create the life of your dreams. Stapling. One practice that I had that worked very well was anytime I downloaded a book, I would have a study guide with it, and I would do the intro, at least one chapter, and have that in there. So anytime I read a book, anytime I downloaded a book, I had some information on it. So whenever we would come back, I wouldn't, there wouldn't be a forgetting. There will always be an activation there. So we had some information on it. So anytime, we came back to it, day later, week later, month later, year later, it would be as if I had already read the book and mastered it and met the one who mastered it. Because if I'm reading pranayama, I'm mastering the version of myself that has already mastered these practices, has already recovered the information that that I received from spirit on this. 14 ultimate breathing techniques to calm your mind, release stress, heal your body. All types. Have it which way you want to go. Tantric breathing, pranayama, breathing exercises, breath work, visualization scripts, mudras, Taoist yoga, sexual energy, qigong, Gujian, jewel in the lotus, tantric, meditations for PTSD, the seven seals, Vaya's gate. That's that Joe Johnson right there. And that Course in Astral Travel. The 6 healing sounds. So animal speak, cyclomancy, mind control, your own mind control. Your own mind control. Connecting with animals whenever I am connecting with animals. Activating my own ability to alter my state of consciousness to connect with an animal. You want to practice that? I practice that. Shouts to those who we got the info from. I think I don't speak was possibly Bobby Emmett. I can't say, but it's somebody. Just being aware of symbols, spirit totems. When you're out and about, out and about nature. When I see birds, I whistle. visualize them in my mind, speaking, talking, having a conversation. Ain't nothing but an ancestor, cousin or something, uncle, somebody. Hey, what's up? Protectors. You know, a squirrel. There's something being said. Shaw was speaking on foxes. Fox spiritual meaning, right? Fox symbolism meaning include cleverness, independence, playfulness, mischievousness, beauty, protection, good luck. Affinity, nocturnal activities, and dream work. You know, hey, like there are a lot of times she be spitting, and I'd be like, "You gonna follow through with that?" And then I just be like, "Well, maybe." Well, she's speaking. If I'm connecting to something that resonates with me with something that she said, then I'll be like, "Well, then she meant to say that shit." I was meant to listen and hear it. So it was Fox. Seminar. Encourage action in quick, swift moves. Take action in a way that shows your adaptability. Developing the sharpness of your mental skills, analytical intelligence. Observation can come into play more powerfully how you deal with daily matters or bigger projects. Isn't that what we're doing right now? Sharpening your physical alertness and responsiveness. Now, sharpening these would be, let's say we do a meditation right now. And let's say I'm going to be subbing for a class on Thursday. So today is Tuesday. Let me go into a meditation. Eyes closed and crossed. I could go through my arms or just 3 breaths. That's 3 breaths. You know, calling upon my ancestors on my path, my spirit guides on my path with my teaching, coaching. We're seeking high vibrational strategies as well as spiritual efficiency and the use of our conscious breath during our workday. Being a light within ourselves, activating our light within ourselves that shines outwardly. Creating a space of unconditional love within our classrooms, within our space. It's a portal. So let's say, all right, how do we visualize that? We're going to visualize that. The night before, I'm getting good rest. It's a wonderful time. Maybe 10:30, I'm getting a great night's sleep. Dreams is popping. You know, we're probably gonna wake up between the hours of 3 and 5 and get up out of our bed and come in, do 30 breaths, gratitude, get our pen and pencil, do our chaos writing, go back to sleep. Wake up again, start our routine. Nostril breathing, Qigong, dream recall, getting the kids up, turn the light on, turn on some music for them to wake up to. Lunches are already packed. Hugs, smiles. It's going great. Bus picks them up. They're good. I leave. Doing my breath work. Doing my tuning on the way to while in the van. It's clear path, no traffic, no unnecessary stops. Everything's awesome. Still dark outside. I'm going over the train tracks. We're fresh. Got my peach pants on. Hair poofed. Rolled out. Feeling good, feeling great. Listening to music as well. Go in. Everything's prepared. Sub notes are already there. Walk into the office. We say hey to receptionist. Clock in. We're in our class. We're preparing. Going over some notes. Getting the worksheets out. Healing hands over the classroom. Kids are coming into the classroom. I'm standing outside of the door, welcoming them in. Smiles, we get some high fives. I see some that I've seen before in other sub sessions we've done. Great day. Smiles, laughter. I imagine they're all in their seats, respectfully. And I have a wonderful teacher aide. And she's enjoying her day. He's enjoying his day. They're smiling as well. We're grateful to see each other. Lunch is awesome. Our lineups are smooth. Our transitions are seamless and joyful. Recess is awesome. Planning periods. When I do my qigong, eat my lunch, I have an orange or an apple, banana. Maybe pineapples. End of the days are lovely. kids out to the bus. Back to the office. Sign out. See y'all tomorrow. I put my earbuds in. Sometimes I skip to the band. Get in the car. We do our ohms. I know some music, and it's a sunny day, so we roll our window down. It's like 62 degrees. Make a left. Driving. All of our lights are green. And even when they're red, we're singing at the stoplight. Blinker on, pull up to the house. The kids are outside playing. Stacy's on. They're playing basketball. Greeted with hugs. Well, this time I pull up. No one's home yet. Say my arms, get out the bed, close the door, pick up the ball, do a little dribble, finger roll, might do a Euro step, finger roll, touch Lily. Go in the back, say what's up to Dee Dee. I sit in the tree hammock, and as the sun's beaming down from that 2 o'clock angle, right above here, as it comes through the limbs, but I can move to where the sun is really hitting me. And I can look up in my eyes, at my crown, up at the sun, and I can see images in my mind. And I hear the bus pull up. I'm off, barefoot, tiptoeing. I go around, we don't go through the carport. That was ever so cold. I go around, all through the grass, we walk through. Kids pull up. They get off the bus. I'm grateful as they're pulling up. And we're gonna have a great day. Great afternoon. We go inside, close the door. Pan out. We come back. We're back in our chair. We're back on our Zoom. We wiggle our toes. Rotate our eyes. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Wiggle our fingers. And here we are. And so it is. That's how you get out on your own supply. So shouts to the fox, the energy within, so and during your meditation, your visualizations, you want to activate anyone's energy and have as a guide as well, like your mom, your dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, auntie, uncle, cousins, brother, sister, teacher, actor, actress. Have them go with you. Whether you're working 16 hours in a plant, 5 hours at Taco Bell, like groundskeeper, barber, truck driver, like visualize how it's going to go for you. And in that visualization, all smiles, everything perfect, perfect, absolutely smooth. You know, we're always prepared in our visualizations. Always prepared. We're always prepared. We're always ready. We're always breathing, conscious of our breath. And there's so many movements and actions and energy streams that spirit is moving for us that we don't have to be so conscious of, you know, less our ego getting in the way and trying to, do all that types of shit. That song was in my mind. So let's take fantasy. '95 Daydream. You just out here daydreaming. Every night, talking sweet and looking fine. Why you gotta act inside? Got it. Baby, I'm so into you. Darling, if you only knew all the things that flow through my mind. But it's a sweet, sweet, and it's a great thing. All right, so now this is a lot more than I wasn't counting on doing all of this. This is like 2 videos. This is 2 videos. So Mariah Carey fantasy. Now for me, as I go through this information, just because we've done this practice many, many times for years. And shouts to it. Shouts to those who we got the information from, who lit that spark to activate within. Like I'm looking at daydream. I'm like, all right, yes, we're in daydream mode. Intentional daydream mode. Like oh boy, and was it Fact Beach or something? There was another movie like that where you were daydreaming what you want. So yeah, got this one. I'm going Mariah Carey. Like we can definitely go to the wiki page of hers. wiki page and get that info. You know, birth date, whatnot. Which actually I don't. I mean, what is her birthday? All right, so March 27th, 1969. So 27, 27. Okay, we'll go with that for right now. 1969. Let's see. 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 plus 9 is 25. So 7. 2, 7, 7. So we got that 2 and that 7 and the 7. Today is 2, 7, 7. Okay, cool. So March 27. So this is 7. This is 9. So 3, 9, 7, 12 plus 7 is 19. Coming back to that 10, ones and zeros. All right, so 10 is a number for me, healing energy. All right, boom. So we just take a look at Mariah Carey. Make sure. This is like the 4th time I've seen this come up. I'm the captain now. Okay, so. We're just going through and seeing what more than meets the eye. Brown door. A brown door. Earth door. Well, the color of brown, because we have in basic sigil magic. Circle cross. All right, so this one. The 4 doorways, yes. Where you have the your inner temple and you're going through your 4 doorways of magical east, magical south on your right, magical west, and magical north on your left. And each one has a specific color. And in your meditation, you'll be walking to these doors, have certain objects in your head. Oh my gosh. I remember doing this a couple years back, and I'm telling you, activate within. You do it. Your mind is very capable of all of this shit, not just figuring out the basic shit on channel 6. Let's go crazy. Isn't that a song? I pull that song too. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, you got some Prince to listen to. There's some messages in there for us. Hurricane Julia. To oh my gosh. Okay, so it came through last year, October 7th, during the full moon. During the full moon. How do I know this? Because my birthday is October the 10th. And that's why 91, that 19 we just seen. Spiritual meaning of a hurricane. The eye of a storm. Wild horses. Wild horses were an image on image. Yeah, we have that somewhere. I've been seeing hair colors change. Ah, new NLP. Sun sealed, delivered. This is a narrative that, just being aware of what is on my mind, what I am feeding to my mind as well. Because if you got some fuck shit on your mind a lot, what are you feeding? What am I feeding myself? Am I consuming with my mouth? Am I consuming low vibrations with my senses? Am I consuming with my eyes here? Just need to increase what I don't see. Increase what I don't. Increase my knowledge of my unknown. You never know. Fucking Greg Cody. President Kennedy. I can put a President Kennedy picture of President Kennedy up. So we got the fox. Let's add to this. What have I told you? Follow the money. Show me the money. Jeez. Rises from the ashes like a phoenix. The archer is the key. Archer is, yeah, okay. Goats, greatest of all time. Los Angeles Chargers. Like, these are a lot of pictures we can put up. The freedom to love. Loving self. Another narrative forming sentence that is a program, and being aware of when we say every single time. That's something we said when we were kids, downloaded from those around us, so it's okay. But no, we don't have to hold on to that. The burnt offering, some sigils. All right, so yeah, so get some good dope information from that. The twins of you, the Gemini in your life, Gemini in my own life. That'll be me going to Astro Matrix, finding where the Gemini lies. What is Gemini energy within me? Where is it placed in my charts as well? Giving insight on programs that are embedded within to be. Oh, oh, it's not I'm bed, it's in bed. There we go. Cool. So I in the bed. Gotcha. In reference to fossils and rocks. There we go. There we go. Is that it though? Ah, look at that. Because I was just about to go to the like Black's Law or something. Hmm. 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 Programs that are embedded. We were gonna watch a movie too. Knock at the Cabin. We still can. Not like we can't. Just, you know. Not yet. Let's see. The email said by Thursday, Friday. Bless me. All right. All right. So we did that meditation. I think that's it. This is we went longer than I thought. Oh, I was sitting outside in the sun today for like almost 2 hours. It's the most I've been outside without any sort of distraction in months. Oh my gosh, it was so excellent. Like I didn't go to sleep or anything. I was just in the hammock, um, daydreaming. Daydreaming. That's what we were doing. So it's dope that we actually check on the shit that you were doing. Like there's more room within what I see. There are signs and symbols. When you check the signs and symbols, like, oh shit, we were already on that. And now that we know that, when we follow up and we go back and we replay, you know what I'm saying? Like right before she left, she's like, "Oh, guess what, huh?" As she's about to pull off, she's like, "Oh, guess what? I saw a fox on the interstate the other day or last night." I'm like, hmm. And I'm thinking, when I hear Fox, I think of the movie Collateral with Jamie Foxx, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Tom Cruise. I think of that movie. That movie comes to mind. That's one of the ones for me. I used to watch a lot. Just to my dad for having that one on the DVDs. But yeah. The trickster. Got many trickster spirits as well. Dealing with resistance. Laughter, strong sense of humor. Now, Fox, now come on now, keep it a strong sense of humor and be smart of the lessons you learn. Strong sense of humor. And then Encyclopedia Spirits with the Durga chant that we were doing earlier. Hmm. Hmm. Removing that physical, mental, and spiritual pain and misery. She laughs in the face. Laughs. So, yeah. Active at night. I'm very creative at night. I mean, it's 1:18 a.m. Dark side of magic. I see dark magic as Tapping into your shadow self. What about my shadow? Is an embedded program that's just running, still running, that no longer serves me. Asking myself questions like that, writing those down, getting those answers. Huh? And you got the meditation. Deep breath. Breathing. Sink deeper into a state of relaxation, altered state of consciousness. Imagine yourself walking through a dense forest. There we go. Let's see. What's your sacred spaces for Durga? That you're tapping in the inner Durga within you. Forest groves. Huh. Hmm. 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 A forest trees. Huh. Ah. Oh man. I just love it when it add up. I love it when it add up, man. I love it when it add up. Like add up, add up. Why has it been so long since we did this? Well, you know what? Don't have to say that narrative anymore. So you're, saying you're in a forest, you meet a fox. Like, how many TV shows and movies have we seen where, you know, imagine yourself on the Magic School Bus or Dora the Explorer, or, where you're walking through a forest and a fox is coming through a grove, like, empty space. So, yeah. See about that. And so this type of information you would bookmark, as well as if you're keeping yourself a journal, put this in your journal, the website, take a screenshot, copy and paste it on as well. When's Gemini energy? And be like that. So, just like to take, we did this. What was it? Thursday subbing. We'll do that. Let's see what else. So we got this as well. Copy that. That's funny that we just did that because we needed to print screen. There we go. Now we got it. Now we have that, and then we do that. Then we come back to things like that. Because when we go back in our notes, you want those correspondences there. Because it'll be like, oh man, when was that? Or what were we saying for that? Oh, it's like, oh man, I was looking for this, or what did I say, or what was spirit talking about? What was that nudge? That's the nudge. These are the connectors. So now when we go in our meditation, we have the who's, the what's, the when's, the where's, the why's, and the how's. All those things are cleared up. How we're going to do this with spirit. Boom. The what? What are we doing? Like, what's our why? Why are we here? What's our intentions? We're connecting for our highest good. We're, connecting with our, as we were speaking earlier, doing our chant, connecting with our inner Durga. Now we have an animal to connect with as well, the fox spirit. Well, myself, fox. Yours may not be a fox, maybe something else, maybe with the Durga, lion, or tiger. You feel me? Where? Forest. You got a place. Also, where for you, like dark room, car, outside, where you have some space for silence, whether you are playing tones, headphones, or nothing at all. Who? You. Also, the energy stream that you're connecting with. Spirit animal, deity, angel, devil, demon, however you want to claim that shit. What else? Who, what, when, where? When? This is in the now. You can do this 3 times a day. When you're waking up, midday, or at the end, before sleep as well. Good practices to do during the day, though. Who got that? What? Like, what are you doing? Doing the meditation, visualization. What tools are we going to be using? We're going to be using our mind. Yeah. If you want to light some incense, get some flowers in, bring some fruit in, you see what's up. Get a sigil out, get a picture, print something. Yeah, so we got the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, now. Yeah, clear that all up. So for me, this is what we do. And of course, we have Mariah Carey. So of course, we're gonna put that in here as well. I would say most times, let's go crazy. Matrix results. Hurricane Julia. And then we can go, spiritual meaning of hurricanes, weather gods and goddesses that are within ourselves. What are the tropical storms brewing within ourselves? That energy around that time. And embed with the matrix. Gotta love it. So, yeah. Just one way of writing notes. Shouts to MG the Future for bringing this to my awareness and reminding me that we've been doing this for a minute. Not this way, but the notes we were taking on ourselves from way back were a lot more ego driven, of course. And that's fine. Had to evolve from something, right? We had to expand from an awareness. Like we have to ascend. So if we have to ascend, that means we had to fall. So in order for me to ascend, I had to fall. It is what it is. Part of the motherfucking process. So this has gone on a minute. I'm gonna have to like go to this one back and do timestamps because we did a lot of talking and we have different we have like 2 or 3 meditations along with the Durga Chant. So I want, to be able to find it easily, to be like, oh shit. Because we've been making 15, 20, 30-minute videos, maybe 45 might be something wrong. We ain't really went long in the tooth since Players Club. So put something into that and keep this rolling. Especially with it being 1:30 in the morning. Definitely there were other things we had opportunities to do that we have done before. So continue to tap into yourself. No matter how far no matter how much you adjust yourself, you don't have to do life in prison. Like, you don't have to do life in this prison. You do not. Come on up out of that jail concept, that prison concept. So, using the breath, using chants, mantras, mudras, slowing the breath, the science of breath, using geometry. Sometimes just gotta tell the truth about yourself, man. Playing other people's music. Shouts to Walt. Big Walt E.G. Let's go out on that. It's mine and I. It's mine and I. Y'all have a good one.
When I'm gripping the wheel, easy to chill, but I kill it at will. Something obnoxious to put in your face. Feel like I'm left with a moment of grace. Keeping my pace, stay in my lane. Hit you with bliss like an oncoming train. Stomach and knots, feed me your brain. Stimulate mental, the key to my game. The shit that I'm keeping at hip, bitches the pin of the one. Something that's similar to slum, graceful as swans. Tasteful and make a good song, the devilly one. God, I've been lost in these bonds. Give me a year, a freshman, I'm guessing I'm best in my peers. Out of my class, cup runneth over, spill out my glass. Bitch, it's the truth. Say that I want, say what I want. Yours come out of your ass. Talk too much shit. You won't surpass this moment I'm holding. I'm choking and hope it don't pass. God, was I crass? Give me the drive. Give me more lives. Give me supplies. See through their lives. Make me more wise. Give me direction. I hope I don't crash. It's mine in time. It's mine in time. Engine number 9, puff the cloud. ain't check. It ain't good for me to rhyme it on. Still on the left, tight to death, need no flex. Nah, these are the words that were given to me. It's all been absorbed, can you get into me? It's all for the war when it get into me. With this intimacy, won't you give in to me? It's mine in time. It's mine in time. I know that's the way it goes. It's mine in time. It's mine.